Hello, everybody. Thank you for stopping by, and thank you for showing interest in using uh, my online Japanese learning application. First of all, let me apologize for my Japanese. Please keep in mind, let me apologize for my English. Please keep in mind that I'm not a native English speaker. English is not my first language. So if I tend to speak a little bit slow, it's because I have to think very, very hard when I speak English, and I have to think a lot. So please bear with me. I will do my best to try to speak the best I can. The first thing you want to know about this online Japanese learning application is that you have three choices. You can choose from romaji for those people who are not interested in learning hiragana or kanji. If all you just want to learn how to speak Japanese, then you can choose romaji. If you already have learned your hiragana and you want to practice with hiragana, you can choose from hiragana. And I also have included a kanji version for all of those people who already know some kanji and want to improve their kanji, and also for learners and users who come from Asian countries where they also use kanji in their native languages, so they are already familiar with kanji. And I think those people would be happier if they have an application where they can practice in kanji. And so those are the first things that you have to know. You have those three choices. Then you have this button here, which is it says play, and once you click it, then that's when you start your drills. So I'm gonna go ahead and click it, and I'm gonna show you some other features. Okay, so here, like I have, um, you see here on the right here, on the right, you have a little, you see this zero here. Well, this is actually a counter. When you click here on start, then the counter is set off and starts to count down. So you only have 60 seconds to be able to enter your answer. And once those 60, if you didn't enter your answer before the time is out, then the the program will stop, and then it will give you the answer. So and then you will have to start again. So that's, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna click enter a bunch of times. And so once you enter your answers, you come to a results panel. This is the results panel. I didn't enter my answers, so my answers, like you see here, is you. That's the user, that refers, in this case, me. If you were playing, then this you would be you. And then up here it says sensei. So the sensei, that's the computer, that's the program, and this is the sensei's answer is right here. And then because I didn't enter any of the answers, and so then I get minus 10 points because I didn't enter, because my answers were actually wrong. So you see, you get minus 10 points every time you get the wrong answer. So I'm just giving you an overview. This is a results panel. Later I'm going to talk to you more about this. So let's go back to romaji, because in this video I'm going to teach you how to use the first level. And the first level, okay, so what you want to know, you go here. Okay, so here we're on the first level here, romaji. And the first level is, it teaches you to recognize Japanese verb groups. So if you get, so let me go ahead and for example give you an example. Once you click start here, you will be shown a drill. In this drill, you are supposed to guess the verb miseru. And miseru is a verb that ends in eru. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go down here, and in the text box I'm going to enter ERU, and then I'm gonna click enter, and that's gonna take me to the results panel. And so here's the results panel. The sensei's answer is ERU, and my answer is ERU, so they match. So that means I get 10 points. So that's how this works. You want to match your answer with the sensei's answer. Let me go ahead and do another example. So let's do another drill. So I click start, and then I get the verb ijimeru, and then it also gives you the translation in English, so that you go and learn the meaning of each verb as you go. You don't have to memorize them yet. Right now, in this level, you just want to be able to look at the last three letters of the verb in question and decide which verb group it belongs to. And these are your choices are here: BRU, VU, TSU, Kugu, Bumunu, Su, Eru, IRR, HONREV. Those are your choices. So now here, let me see, ERU. Oh, yes, I think I did it on time. Yeah, so the verb ijimeru belongs to the ERU group. So that's what the sensei says. So my answer actually matched. So I got 10 points. So let me go ahead and do another one. Okay, so now I get the verb waru, which means to break, and so I have to decide. So ARU. So A is a vowel, and so vowel plus U, vowel plus RU, and so that's right here. So then I'm gonna go ahead and enter VRU, and there it is, sensei's answer. So my answer match the sensei's answers. I'm gonna go ahead and do it again. In this case, I get the verb narau, which means to learn, and then so I look at the last three or two letters of the verb and decide. In this case, A is a vowel, so vowel plus U, so that's right here, V plus U. So that's what I'm going to enter, V plus U. So I still have, so there, so as you can see, my answer matched the sensei's answer, so I got 10 more points. So let's do another one, tatakao. So again we get a vowel plus U. Tatakao means to fight. Okay, so that's also A is vowel, so it's vowel plus U. So that's what you want to enter, vowel plus U. So there we go. So click enter, and there we go. So 10 points again, so correct. So let's do another one. Kurushimeru. Kurushimeru, to torment. Okay, to torment somebody, to give somebody a hard time. And so as you can see, if you look at the last three letters of the verb, then you can see that it ends in ERU. And so there's a selection here, and there's one of your options is ERU. So that's what you want. So ERU. So you click enter, and then that takes you to the results panel, and here's the sensei. So my answer matched the sensei's answer, so I get 10 points. I close this window, takes me to the next drill. So now I have samatageru. So again we look at the last three letters of the verb, is ERU. So just as the verb before, we enter ERU, and then we click enter, That takes us to the results panel. So 10 points, I was correct. So let's do another one. And so koshiraeru, to manufacture. So yes, to, okay, so that's what it means. So this is also an eru verb. Okay, let's enter that. So yeah, an eru. Let's do one last one and then I'll try to explain. Katatsukeru, another eru. Let's do this one. Let's do one more time. Let's see what verb we get. Naosu. Yes, now we get a different kind of verb. We were getting lots of eru verb, but that's all of these are random. So that was just pure coincidence that we were getting all of those eru verbs in a row. Now here we have naosu. If we look at the last two or three letters of the verb, now you can see that this is a su. It's a su verb, and here is one of your choices. So that's what you do. You choose su, you enter, and then that takes you to the results panel, and then yes, it was correct. So basically the instructions on how to choose, how to recognize Japanese verb groups, for the instructions you go to the first pop-up window and you will get a, a window like this. And then so you want to look at that chart and memorize the rules. This is, if you memorize these rules, it will save you many years of Japanese grammar studies. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and open the same chart in a different window here, and to show you how to use it. Well, basically here there's a V, and so this V stands for vowel and includes all the vowels except for E, which is here in red. So when you see a V here, that means A I U O and plus RU. So if a verb ends in vowel plus RU, then you want to enter VRU. That's going to be what you want to answer. If the verb that you get in the drill ends in vowel plus U, then you want to enter VU. If the verb that you get in your drill ends in TSU, then you enter TSU. If the verb that you get in your drill ends in ku or gu, then you enter ku gu. If the verb in your drill ends in bu, mu, or nu, then you want to enter bu mu nu. If your verb in your drill ends in su, then you want to enter su. If the verb that you get ends in e plus ru, then you want to enter eru. Now there's another, that's an 8th group, which is for alien verbs. And if in order, so you want to go to another chart here. I'm gonna show you. Okay, when you roll your mouse, okay, here it's the second chart, and it shows you the alien verbs. It shows you, so you want to also memorize this chart. There's a few verbs in there. It might be like you might think it's a lot of them in the beginning, but if you master these verbs in the beginning, then this is the most difficult part of Japanese. Once you get these verbs out of the way, then you will be learning Japanese very fast in the future. So you want to get all of these guys out of the way in the beginning. So go ahead and try to memorize as many as you can. It should be fun. So I'm gonna open that window too in a different window. And so let me see, where is it? Oh, here it is. Yes, this is the one. So I'm gonna explain to you a little bit about these guys. Okay, so you have reverse eru verbs. So if you get a reverse ERU verb, like for example, like shaberu. Shaberu is a reverse ERU verb, and that means that you don't conjugate it like an ERU verb, but instead you conjugate it like a VRU verb. And so all of the verbs here in the reverse ERU group are conjugated like VRU. And then here you have the honorifics, and these are like gozaru, nazaru, kudasaru, irasharu, and osharu. I have a little mistake here. I'm gonna fix that later for you. It shouldn't be a Z. It should be an S. So I'm gonna fix that later. So you have gozaru, nazaru, kudasaru, irasharu, and osharu. So all of these verbs, and these are honorifics. So you want to remember that. And they're here. The third group here in the alien verbs is called the reverse V plus RU. This is for verbs that like miru, which end in IRU, or like iru, which is all of these verbs end in IRU. Okiru ends in IRU. Kanjiru ends in IRU. So all of the verbs also in the G ending in jiru they belong to this reverse VRU group. And so what it means is that you don't conjugate them like VRU, so they don't belong to the VRU group. What you want to do is you want to conjugate them like the ERU group, like in group 7, ERU. And then the last one, you get the irregular verbs, which are 4 of them: suru, kuru, iku, and aru. And so when you are performing the drills, I'm gonna go ahead and click here, start. When you are performing the drills, you have your options here. For VRU, if the verb ends in vowel plus RU, then you choose VRU. If the verb ends in vowel plus U, then you choose VU. If it ends in su, you choose su. If it ends in ku or gu, you choose gu, gu. If it ends in bu, mu, or nu, then you enter bu, mu, nu. If the verb ends in su, then you enter su and click enter. If the verb ends in ERU, then you enter ERU. And if the verb is an irregular verb, like for example, if it's an irregular verb like suru, kuru, iku, or aru, then you enter IRR for irregular. If the verb ends in it's in the honorific verbs group, then you enter. Let me go back. So yeah, so if the verb is in the honorific group, then you enter HON, for short for honorific. If the verb ends in REV, that if the verb is in the reverse group, in the reverse conjugation, like if it is a reverse ERU verb, or if it is a reverse IRU verb, then you enter REV. In this case, we have kazaru, which ends in vowel plus RU, so I'm gonna enter VRU. So here my answer was correct. Then let's see what we get again. Okay, then tsukamu, and it gives you the translation here is to seize something, like to seize an opportunity, to grab something. So that's a bu, mu, nu group. So there it is. My answer is correct. Let's click again. Kaesu, that's a su group. It's a su verb. So I'm gonna enter su. There you go. Let's do another one. Utsu. Utsu, if you look at the last three letters of this verb, you're gonna see that it belongs to the su group. So then I enter su and click enter, and so yeah, so I get 10 points. Oboeru, eru, it's an eru verb. Oboeru. So just enter eru. Eru. So yeah, correct. Now let's atatamaru. So this is a vowel plus ru verb. So VRU. There we go. Let's try the next one. Quiere. Quiero means to disappear. So then that's an ERU verb. Let's do a couple more and then let's finish this video. Cotaero, this is also an eru verb. Now the reason why we get a lot of ERU verbs is because about 70% of Japanese verbs belong to the ERU group. See, mazeru, it's also an ERU. That's why we get so many ERU verbs in a row. Nakusu, so this is nakusu means to lose, like to lose like your watch, to lose your wallet. So this is a su group verb. There we go. Let's do a few more. Kotonaru. So this is also a VRU verb. VRU verb. Now, developing speed in recognizing Japanese verb groups will be very, very important in developing very strong skills in mastering Japanese verb conjugations. That's why I have put this level as the first level. You want to get really good at recognizing Japanese verb groups. This is the first step towards mastering Japanese verb conjugations. So spend a lot of time. I recommend you to spend a lot of time using this first level. So that's it. That's how you use it. If you have any questions, please get in touch with me and I will be very happy to help you and to answer any questions or doubts that you might have about using this online Japanese learning software. Thank you for watching, and I will be making more videos on the next levels. So stay put and happy learning Japanese. Sayonara.